This is the artifact for explaining why I, Josh Lewis, want to go or should go to China. Travelling east is something I've always wanted to do. I've only really been able to visit the Western world and parts of America, so visiting a different culture I think would be really beneficial to me. China itself is a beautiful country, and I think doing some photography work out there and documenting this beauty, this natural beauty, will be really beneficial. It will be beneficial to my portfolio because not many people graduating this year will have this kind of work in their portfolio. So I think this, going to China and working there, will give me the edge over other students. It'll benefit my photography and my work out there because, as I said, it'll give another dimension to my portfolio. And it would also help me in the three themes that I've identified to work in, that being portraiture, landscapes, and street photography. Working and photographing in China will be beneficial to all these three themes. I'd also like to take my favourite camera, the Holga, which is from China, back to China and use it there. Alongside, as I mentioned, just the work, I wanted to go to this trip as soon as I heard that there was an option to. But what made me want to go even more, if that was possible, was the fact that there would be a motoring theme to the trip. Cars is something I've been into from a very early age. My first proper experience with racing that I can recall was the British Touring Car Championship at the age between 5 and 7, very young. And I instantly fell in love with it. My first Formula One race was in 2004. I went and watched it at Silverstone. I've also been designing cars. I think from about 14 to the age of 18, so a period of over 4 years. I used to come home every night and draw, and hopefully I can show you some examples of these now. So these were all drawn from a very teenage age. Then I started to progress into designing race circuits, and then Formula One cars themselves. I've always been involved and loved in Formula One. It's always been kind of my favourite sport. I was never really into football or anything. Formula One is something that I've always had a passion for, and it runs in the family. You know, my mum was also very passionate and still loves Formula One and racing. So I think I should be on this China trip for these reasons. Firstly, that it would give my portfolio that extra edge, that extra dimension that other students might not have. It would be beneficial to the three themes I've identified to work in, and that I see myself working in. And thirdly, my love of motoring and cars. It will just make the trip that little bit more, that much more exciting for me on a personal level, and it's something that I really, really, really want to be a part of. So thank you for listening, and I really, really, really hope you'll consider me for a place on this trip. So thank you very much. My name is Josh Lewis.